Alright, me and Cameron just got back from Bluestone Lake, and we've got a mess of stripers, striped bass, a lot of people call it. I call them stripers. Really good eating fish. They range between 3 pounds all the way up to, I think the state record's 49 pounds. Best eating size is probably about 5 to 10 pounds. They make a good fillet. Anyway, I'm going to show you in this short video on how to properly fillet and clean a striped bass and get it ready for vacuum sealing, which you'll watch in my next video, and then you want to put them in the freezer as quick as possible. I've got some fresh striped bass here that we caught. I've got a good size one right here that we've caught. This one, they're a little stiff from being cold, but this one right here, it's about 20 inches. It's a good fish, about 7, maybe 8 pounds. What you want to do is you want to have a good fillet knife, have a sturdy cutting board like a cooler or a chop block. You want to have a tray so you can put your fillets in. You always want to have some paper towels. I like to also have a trash bag on hand to put your carcasses in, and then you can dispose of properly. What you're going to do is you're going to lay the fish on its side like this, and you're going to take your fillet knife, and you're going to make an incision behind the side pectoral fin, and you're going to make a little line all the way down the side of this fish, like that. Okay? It's going to be right behind the fin. Then you're going to spin the fish around so that you're looking at the top of the fish. You're going to take the tip of your knife, and where you made that first incision, you're going to make another incision and just gradually work your way down the spine of this fish. You'll be able to feel its spine as you work your way down. You don't want to go all the way in, just enough to make a nice incision. You want to go almost about 2 inches from the back fin, or they have 2 dorsal fins. You want to go just beyond the second dorsal fin. Once you've made a nice little incision down the back like you see here, you take your knife, and as you start peeling the meat back, you're going to start gradually cutting the meat away from the rib cage. And you'll see as I go, I'm not really cutting, I'm more or less using the tip to cut away the rib cage. Away from the good meat. Alright, once you've got the rib cage off the meat and you're looking at a clean rib cage and a clean spine, you're going to flip the fish right back to the way it originally was. And then you're going to put your knife completely underneath the fillet. You see it's like a half flap. You're going to flip it under, and you're going to hold the flap down, and you're going to finish off the rest of the fish. Work your way back all the way to the back. And instead of going all the way through the meat and finishing the fillet off, you're going to leave the tip of the fillet attached to the fish. This is the cool part. You're going to flip the whole fillet over so that here's the good meat, and it's still actually attached to the fish. And this will give you a base. It's still attached to the skin, and this will give you a base so that you can separate the skin from the actual meat. Now what you want to do is where it's attached to the fish still, you're going to take your knife, you're going to gradually kind of bend the knife almost in a banana shape. You want a good fillet knife to do this, and you're going to push down so that you separate the skin. Once you do that, you want to grab onto the tail, and you want to push down on it and work your way down, work your way down, work your way down. Until the knife comes completely off. Then, if you've done it right, the meat will come off like that, and the skin is left perfectly attached to the fish. As you can see, there's absolutely no meat on there. That is a clean skin, and you'll want to do the same to the complete side. I'm not going to show you how to do the other side. It's exactly the same. You're going to make a slit behind the pectoral fin. You make a slit all the way down the dorsal fin to the back. Then you're going to peel the skin away, flip the meat over, stick your knife into the meat, pushing down and hold on to the tail and work your way back until all of the skin comes completely off. This piece of meat that I just separated from the skin itself, this is ready to go. All it needs to do is pretty much be washed. Whenever you do fillet these, though, the meat that you peeled away off the rib cage, there will be a couple small bones in this. So what I like to do is I like to find the belly, the soft part. It's a little bit wider meat, and you're going to make a slit all the way back down. And you're going to take this off. This right here is called your rib meat. Some people eat it. I don't really like to use it. It's got some fat on it. It's not really anything I prefer. And that right there will just be thrown in the trash along with the carcass. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is a perfect, ready-to-eat piece of meat. Beautiful, ready to go. Now all we got to do now is take it inside, wash it off with some cold water, pat it dry with a paper towel, put it in our vacuum sealer bag and vacuum seal it, and then in the freezer it goes. It'll stay good in those freezer bags for up to a year. If you watch my next video, I'll show you how to vacuum seal the meat properly and get it in the freezer ready to go for your next cookout.